What if the sound that defined the Roman Empire wasn't the clash of swords in the Colosseum, but the gentle ring of a meditation bell? We think of Rome's destiny as being sealed by the cross, but in the same era that Christianity was starting its slow, inexorable rise, another great philosophy was making its way across the globe. A philosophy that could have transformed the most powerful empire in history, and with it, the entire future of Western civilization. The Silk Road, that great artery of trade, isn't just carrying silk and spices, it's carrying ideas. Tucked away in a merchant's caravan, a handful of Buddhist monks arrive, their saffron robes a stark contrast to the marble and military might of the capital. They don't come with armies or ambitions of conquest. They come with a simple, radical idea. The end of suffering is attainable. Now you might think Roman society, built on ambition, glory, and brutal entertainment, would have scoffed at such a notion, and you'd be right. The Roman mind was trained for external battles, for dominance over others, not for the internal battle against one's own desires. The teachings of the Buddha, of nonviolence, mindfulness, and the illusion of the self, would have been utterly alien. It was a direct challenge to the very foundation of Roman identity. Where a Roman saw a path to glory through conquering the world, Buddhism offered a path to liberation by conquering the self. This is where our timeline splits. In our history, Christianity, with its promise of salvation and a single, powerful God, eventually filled the spiritual void of a declining polytheistic faith. But what if a powerful, thoughtful emperor, a Marcus Aurelius type, already a philosopher-king, encountered these monks? What if he saw in their teachings not weakness, a profound strength, a cure for the endless cycle of war and political turmoil that plagued his empire? This would be the spark. An emperor's patronage would be the ultimate pattern interrupt. Instead of funding another bloody campaign in Germania, he diverts resources to building the first great vihara, or monastery, on the banks of the Tiber. He doesn't persecute them. He engages them in debates in the forum, his own curiosity lending them a gravitas that could not be ignored. The transformation would be staggering. Imagine Roman senators, skilled in ruthless debate, learning the art of mindful speech. The Colosseum, that great monument to death, might be repurposed into a massive hall for public meditation and philosophical teachings. Roman art, known for its hyper-realistic statues of gods and emperors, would begin to incorporate the serene, inward-looking visages of Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. A Buddhist Rome wouldn't have been a pacifist utopia overnight, but its imperial ambitions would have fundamentally shifted. Conquest for riches and glory would become meaningless. The goal would no longer be to expand the borders of the empire, but to expand the boundaries of human consciousness. Diplomacy would replace domination. The legions, instead of marching to conquer, might become protectors of the peace, safeguarding trade routes where ideas, not just goods, could flow freely. Without a Roman Empire aggressively spreading a singular faith, the entire religious and political map of Europe would be redrawn. The great schisms, the Crusades, the centuries of religious warfare that defined so much of Western history might never have happened. We might have seen a world where the search for enlightenment, not salvation, became the driving force of Western culture. A world that valued introspection over conquest and compassion over power. It leaves you wondering, doesn't it? What kind of world would we be living in today if the eagle of Rome had been guided not by the sword of Mars, but by the wisdom of the Buddha?
This is Bytes of Goats, where we don't just talk about history, we learn from it. See you in the next one.